Donald Trump and Clint Eastwood arrived together at the National Freedom Forum in Washington, D.C., on a bright, crisp morning that promised to be unlike any other. The stage was set on the National Mall, surrounded by proud American flags waving in the gentle breeze. Thousands of people gathered, veterans, citizens, and curious onlookers, to hear what these two very different icons had to say about the nation's heritage. Today, however, the event would take a dramatic turn. From the moment the event began, it was clear that tension was in the air. A group of protesters had taken positions at the edge of the crowd. They held signs demanding the removal of the U.S. flag from the stage, arguing that the symbol no longer represented all Americans fairly. Their chants grew louder with each passing minute, challenging the very ideals the forum was meant to celebrate. Donald Trump, known for his strong opinions and larger-than-life personality, stepped onto the stage first. Standing tall in a tailored suit, he addressed the audience with his characteristic bravado. "Ladies and gentlemen, the American flag stands for freedom, strength, and prosperity. It is the symbol of our great nation, and we must protect it at all costs." The crowd roared in approval, though the protesters grew even louder with their counterchant, "Remove the flag." Right after Trump's opening remarks, Clint Eastwood made his entrance. With his weathered face and calm, steady presence, Clint carried an air of quiet authority that instantly commanded respect. "I have seen a lot in my life," he said in his deep, gravelly voice, "and I know that our flag tells a story of sacrifice, hope, and unity. It is imperfect, just like us, but it remains a beacon for our veterans and our future." At that moment, one protester, a young man with fierce eyes and a determined look, stepped forward and shouted, "Take the flag down. It's a symbol of division and corruption." The challenge hung in the air as the entire crowd fell silent, waiting to see how the two icons would respond. Trump's eyes narrowed as he took a deep breath. "Let me be clear," he said, his voice firm and unwavering. "This flag represents the dreams of millions. It has seen victories and losses, and it has been carried by heroes. I will not allow anyone to disrespect what it stands for." He paused, allowing his words to settle over the crowd. Clint Eastwood stepped forward next, his eyes steady as he addressed the protester directly. "Son, if you have an issue with this flag, then tell us why. Speak your mind, but remember, this isn't just about fabric. It's about the sacrifice of our brave men and women, and the hope of our future. Without this flag, we lose a part of our soul." His words, spoken slowly and deliberately, struck a chord with many in the audience. At this point, if you're inspired by this powerful display of patriotism and unity, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us share these stories that remind us what truly matters. The protesters hesitated, their anger momentarily subdued by the resolute calm of Trump and Eastwood. In response, another protester, a middle-aged woman with tearful eyes, stepped forward and said, "I lost my husband in a war he fought for this country. The flag means everything to me. Please, don't let it be taken down." Her voice trembled with both sorrow and pride, and the crowd murmured in agreement. Trump then shared a personal anecdote. "I have always believed in making America great," he said, "and part of that greatness comes from honoring our past. I know some may disagree, but this flag has witnessed the hard work of our soldiers, the resilience of our citizens, and the triumph of our ideals. We must stand together and defend it." His tone was both defiant and inspiring, reminding everyone of the many sacrifices made for freedom. Clint Eastwood added his own quiet reflection. "I grew up watching that flag wave above our small town, and I learned early on that its colors remind us that we are all in this together. Yes, there are mistakes in our history, but that flag also represents the promise that we can always do better. We honor it by working to make our country a place of justice and opportunity for everyone." The exchange continued as the forum moved into an open dialogue session. Panelists, including veterans and community leaders, joined Trump and Eastwood on stage to discuss the true meaning of the flag. They talked about its history, the battles fought under its colors, and the sacrifices made by those who defended it. The discussion, though heated at times, was respectful and filled with heartfelt testimonies. One veteran, Sergeant William "Bill" Anderson, recounted how, During a long, bitter winter in a foreign land, the sight of the American flag rallied him and his comrades to keep fighting. "That flag gave us strength when we had nothing left," he said, his voice breaking with emotion. During a pause in the conversation, the moderator took the opportunity to remind viewers, "If you're moved by this powerful discussion on patriotism and sacrifice, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your engagement means the world to us." The dialogue soon shifted from protest and defiance to reflection and unity. Trump and Eastwood took turns answering questions from the audience. When asked if they believed that the flag could be both a symbol of unity and a reminder of past mistakes, Trump replied, "Absolutely. Our flag is a mirror of our nation. It shows our triumphs and our flaws. But it is also a call to action. We must learn from history and make sure that every American has a chance at a better life." Eastwood added, "The flag reminds us of the sacrifices made by those who came before us. It is not a perfect symbol, but it is ours. And we have the power to shape what it means by living up to its promise of freedom and justice." As the day turned into evening, the mood of the forum evolved into a celebration of shared values. Trump and Eastwood led a symbolic parade around the park, carrying the American flag high as they walked among veterans, families, and supporters. Their presence sparked spontaneous moments of connection, a handshake here, a shared tear there. The protesters, though still present, found themselves drawn into the unity that filled the air. One by one, individuals who had once shouted in anger began to nod in quiet understanding. In a particularly moving moment, a young soldier stepped forward and spoke to the crowd, "I've seen the worst of war and the best of sacrifice. This flag is my reminder that I fought for something bigger than myself. I stand here today because of the heroes who came before me, and I will honor their memory by working to create a better future." His words, simple and sincere, resonated deeply, and the crowd erupted in applause. Before we continue to the final chapter of this inspiring day, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel to help us spread this message of unity and respect. In the final hours of the event, as the sun began to set over the National Mall, Trump and Eastwood returned to the stage one last time. With the American flag still flying proudly behind them, they delivered a joint message that would echo far beyond the day's events. Trump declared, "We must always remember that the flag is a symbol of our shared history. It represents our strength, our resilience, and our unwavering commitment to making America great." Eastwood followed, "It is up to each of us to honor that legacy by standing together, learning from our past, and building a future that is fair and just for all. Let this flag remind us of our duty to protect the ideals we hold dear." Their words were met with a thunderous ovation. The protesters, now transformed by the honest and heartfelt dialogue, applauded as well. Many took to social media to share their newfound understanding, using hashtags like #UnitedForFreedom and #FlagOfHope. News outlets buzzed with praise for the event, and social media exploded with comments praising the powerful, respectful exchange between two of America's most recognizable figures. In the days that followed, the impact of the forum was felt across the nation. Local communities held flag-raising ceremonies, schools organized discussions about patriotism and civic duty, and veterans shared their own stories of sacrifice and hope. The forum had become a turning point, a reminder that even in times of deep division, respectful dialogue and empathy could unite people from all walks of life. Trump and Eastwood continued to be active voices in the conversation about what it means to be patriotic in modern America. They appeared on talk shows and community events, always emphasizing that true patriotism is not about blind allegiance, but about honoring the sacrifices of the past while striving to build a better future. Their message was simple yet profound. Our flag is not just a piece of fabric, it is a living symbol of our hopes, our struggles, and our enduring spirit as a nation. As the nation slowly healed from its divisions, many began to see the American flag in a new light, a reminder that while our history may be complex, our future is in our hands. In classrooms, community centers, and public squares, people discussed ways to honor veterans, support the underprivileged, and work together for a brighter tomorrow. The legacy of that day lived on, inspiring initiatives like scholarship programs for veterans and public service campaigns that brought communities together. On a quiet evening months later, as Clint Eastwood sat in a modest room backstage at another event, he received a letter from a veteran named Daniel. In the letter, Daniel wrote, "Mr. Eastwood, your words at the forum saved me from a dark place. I was on the verge of giving up, but your defense of our flag reminded me of the honor and duty that I still have. Thank you for standing up for us." Eastwood's eyes softened as he read the heartfelt message, knowing that every word had contributed to healing and hope. Donald Trump, too, found solace in the aftermath. In an interview with a local news channel, he remarked, "Sometimes, it takes a strong stand to remind us of our shared values. I'm proud to have been part of an event that brought so many people together, despite our differences. The flag unites us. It is a symbol of our common purpose and our commitment to a better America." Before we close, if you've been moved by this story of unity, patriotism, and respectful dialogue, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us share these powerful stories with the world. As the story of that transformative day spread across the nation, it left an indelible mark on the hearts of millions. Caroline Leavitt might have once been a name spoken in the halls of activism, but on that day, along with Trump and Eastwood, she became a symbol of the nation's enduring spirit. The event proved that even when faced with demands to remove a symbol of unity, a calm and respectful defense could inspire change, heal wounds, and bring people together under a shared banner of hope. And so, as the American flag continued to wave high over the National Mall, it stood as a testament to the sacrifices made, the challenges overcome, and the promise of a united future, a future that belongs to every citizen, regardless of background or belief.